Hey, it's Mark Ferguson with Invest for More. We're outside the laundromat, and today is always a fun day. We're counting quarters to see if we broke another record with sales. I think we're gonna come close. I wasn't sure what this day would be like because last week was pretty good, but I thought we'd definitely break a record based on the cash that was in the change machine. This week we had less cash in the change machine, but there might be more change in the actual washing and dryer machines, which is a good thing. And I think this is the DMV lady parking over here. I'm not sure if she understands it. This is my self-designated parking spot for the laundromat owner. She usually parks over there, but it's kind of covered in snow. But no, it's not a big deal, but she could move over a little bit, give me some more room. And it is spitting snow again. So Fun Car Friday is with the truck and not one of my other cars. And we're supposed to get 3 to 6 more inches of snow tonight. And it is a little chilly right now. So let's go inside and see how the money came in. This was a crazy day at the laundromat. I had to use this old video because there are so many people in there all day long that I didn't want to shoot video of them because that seems just kind of weird. And they thought it was weird I was recording me doing the coin boxes anyway. So they're like, are you counting the coins? I'm like, no, I'm just using my phone. It's okay. But yeah, that machine's been fixed since then, so we've made some progress. So we still don't have all the machines fixed. That one, the laundromat guys still need to come back and fix. I don't know when that's going to happen. We still need to reprice and reprogram a few of these as well. Not sure when that will happen. Hopefully soon. But it's been staying fairly clean, although there's always issues with bathrooms and different things in laundromats. We haven't seen the lady coming to get water recently, or at least I haven't heard about it. And we do have a surprise, too, that I've been waiting for so long to get. So that will be really exciting to show you, too. And we'll see how much money there is, of course. Here's the surprise. I've been waiting so long for this. And those of you who watch my shorts already know what it is. But as we open the change machine, I have my second hopper, finally. So I got it yesterday. I've been waiting for it for months and months and months. So got it, was it 2 days ago? So I've already taken money out of the machine. Before today, I had $853 from the change machine, which is not profit, but it gives me an indication of how much money will be in the washers and dryers. And last week we collected $1,200 from the change machine, and I thought for sure we'd have a record in the washers and dryers, but we didn't. So it's not a perfect indicator, but it is an indicator. So we had $163 more in there, and you can see all the people in my cameras. So we had 1,016. Then I ended up going back again because I thought it would be less busy. It wasn't, and we ended up getting $1,100 in there. So not quite as much as last week. So we'll see how that works with the machines. And the pop machine keeps jamming. Someone said it jammed again, so I was messing with it. Refilled the Sprite. I think maybe the coin mechanism was dirty or not working right, so I took it apart, not really that much, and messed around, and it started working fine. The vending machine, I think, is still working okay. I always put a quarter in there to make sure it's working fine. So of these quarters, maybe 4 or 5 of them will be from me putting them in there, but the rest are from people buying. Again, the pop machine, soap machine, vending machine are all about 50% profit ratio. This is the soap machine. Someone took my blue tape off that right side one again because it doesn't work. I don't know why they keep taking the blue tape off. But we're a little low on stuff, so there's probably quite a bit of money in there as well. We need more Tide, more Bounce. I refilled that, and always interesting to see how much is in here, even though it's not all profit. There is sometimes quite a bit of money in the little change receptacles here, and not bad, and that one had a decent amount. So I think that could be close to the most we've ever had, but it's not like, thousands of dollars by any means. So still good to see, because that also is an indicator that people are using the laundromat. Now here's the fun part, opening up the very first drawer. These machines are in the back, but sometimes they have a good amount of quarters in them, and that is not bad. It's just tough trying to judge between this week and last week and the week before how many are in these machines, but I'm pretty sure this was more than last week in these back machines. But then there could be less in the middle machines. It's just really hard to say what is happening, what's going on. And that machine, you see, reads a code. I think that's a door code. I was messing with it, couldn't get it to work, but then reset the breakers, and it started working again. So Some of the things on machines are easy to fix. If you just turn the power off and back on again, it actually fixes quite a bit of it. So I still, like I said, I am definitely not a professional laundromat repair person, but I can fix a few things, and I'm learning more all the time. Like I said, there were people all over, so I was doing my best not to film them and just film the machines. But then another guy was here asking me about vending machines, and that was a really good one. That's the most I've ever had in that machine, so that's a good sign. But he was asking me about vending machines and said he used to do them, and it's like, yeah, they were an incredible amount of work. And I'm like, yep, everything breaks all the time. So all these, advertisements for vending businesses and different stuff, they don't always tell you about the amount of work that goes into keeping the machines running. They just show you the money that comes from them, and then they also don't show you when the machines don't have much money in them because they're broken too, which does happen quite a bit as well. These machines did not have as much money in them, and not sure what's going on there. Like I said, just weird how some days there's more in some and less in others. These are machines I got from the defunct laundromat, brought them in. For those of you who don't know the story, I took over this laundromat from the landlord who was planning to gut it and make it an office or something, and I kind of saved it. It had quite a few machines in here still, all the dryers were in here, but I added more machines too after buying the inventory from a defunct laundromat about an hour away, and we got a bunch of machines and trucked them back over to this one. That was real light too, so those machines did not have nearly as much as they normally do. So again, some do better than others. Again, avoiding everybody's laundry. These are the hips, and they usually have more than that too. So they had, not bad, but definitely had more money in those before. So like I said, there was more than ever in the back big ones, not as much in these. And then the ones we really are fun to open are in the very front, and I saved those for last. So we'll see how those do here shortly. It is very nice having someone clean this laundromat all the time and do lint and other things. Like I said, there's been a couple of bathroom issues, and I haven't had to deal with them, which is extremely nice. And really right now, I just do the fun stuff. I come collect the quarters, and nothing in that one. That was kind of weird. That would indicate something's wrong, but that machine seemed to be working fine. Let's see. Oh, that one had almost nothing too. So maybe those just, like I said, it's weird. Some weeks those machines will have a bunch, some weeks they won't have hardly anything. So hard to say why that happens. Just people working on them, using them, other people not using them. And a little more in that machine. Oh, that one was decent too. So definitely, I feel like we're doing better, but it's so hard to tell. It's just a gut feeling from the quarters. Like I said, some had more, some didn't. That was a really good box. Whenever I shake it like that, that's my indication that it was heavy in a good box. So these are the front. Oh yeah, that's a good one. That might be the most I've ever had in that one. And these are the front. That's a 40 pounder, then we have a 50 pounder and a 60 pounder. These definitely get the most use. Oh, that also is by far the most I've had in that one too. So judging by these front ones, I should break a record, but again, you never know for sure. This is always the really fun one too. That also I think is the most I've ever had in that one as well. So that was a lot of quarters. And one way to kind of give an idea of how much you have, of course, is to weigh them or lift them up. And that was heavy, but honestly not as heavy as I thought it was going to be. So we'll see. Dryers, some have a lot, some have a little. Again, we need to program them. I've tried and messed them up, so I don't want to mess up anymore. And then the laundromat guys tried, they weren't able to get them reprogrammed, so they're supposed to come back and try again. The old laundromat owners, they don't know how to program them either. I talked to another laundromat owner in town. He doesn't know how to reprogram them. So a lot of people say, just get the manual and just, follow the instructions. And I would love to, but when I tried the manual section on the Speed Queen site was down and they weren't working. And they have different model dryers every couple of years, and they don't have the same programming. Every model dryer, they change the programming and how it works. So I've watched 10, 12 YouTube videos on reprogramming these dryers. None of them are the same as mine. All of them have different programming than mine. So it's tricky. And then yeah, people kept talking to me. That's okay. But there's a decent amount in these dryers. Not sure if it's a record, but not bad. And I've said it before, our kind of break even for the laundromat is $4,000 a month, in that range. And last week we had $1,200 for the week, I think. The week before that we had $900 and some, and the week before that we had $1,300 and some, which was our record. So our record is about $1,300 and something. Always check those to make sure nobody's putting stuff in when they shouldn't be. So again, not a crazy amount in these dryers, but a decent amount. And we'll count them all and see if we broke any records or not very soon. And then I also won't be stressing this weekend about running out of quarters because I have 2 hoppers, and I won't be stressing about one of the one working hopper jamming because someone puts a torn dollar bill in it or something, because we'll have a backup. So that is so nice. And of course we'll also have the Kersey Laundromat video, the small tiny one, if I didn't end up posting that one first. I may post this one first, I may post the other one first. We'll see how all that goes. But not bad, not amazing. Here we go. Here is the count. The soap machine first. Of course I sped up the video so that, oh yeah, take my money out. It doesn't take 18 hours to do. But that was a good amount for the soap machine. That ended up being like $30 some. A pop machine, again, it's never really been a crazy money maker. $10, 25 cents. I know, it's always got an odd amount of money in it. It's so weird. I think it must be because it maybe doesn't read all the quarters right and people put more money in. That's all I can think of. Vending, nothing to write home about, but okay. There's my dryer money. Last week we had 2... How much was it? Let me see. I should... Let's see here. Last week I had 292 in the dryers. So quite a bit. And 947 in the washers. So I don't know how many quarters that is, but it's a lot. I don't think I quite had what I had last week. Close, but not quite. So it's so tricky. But a lot of people say the first of the month is where you get most of your business after payday. That would have been last week. This week would have been the second in the month. So if that's true, and this is our down week, then it's a great down week. And we'll always see. I figured out how to dump my big bucket of quarters into a little bucket of quarters and then dump those in there. That's what I was doing right there. So like I said, I would love, 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 love to get to a point where we have 1,000 or 4,000 quarters from the washers, which would be $1,000 a week just from washers. And I could raise the price on the washers too. They're very cheap. They're very affordable compared to everywhere else. So that is also another option to raise revenue. But I feel like for right now, we're kind of trying to grow the customer base and get more people there. So I don't want to like bait and switch and have really low prices and then bump them up a ton, but just maybe raise them a little bit here in the future, because I am cheaper than just about everybody else in town from what I've seen. So again, love to hit that 4,000 number, but I don't think that was going to happen today. Dumping more quarters into my small bucket. I'm getting my processes down. And I meant to show kind of where I'm dumping the quarters in, but I always end up making mistakes of some kind when I do my videos, so sorry about that. 35.55 plus an extra quarter. So what did that end up being? Well, here is our growth chart that I've started since December. That was the first week we opened. I took over this laundromat in September, and we retooled, repaired machines, painted, replaced some ceiling tiles, made it nicer, got the coin hopper worked on. That ended up being broken. Waited 3 months, got the coin hopper fixed. So we're getting closer to being a real laundromat. And this is how the sales have looked, which have been very encouraging, because we've seen the tiny laundromat sales be very discouraging. Like I said, we'll have another video on that one. But this one has been much, much more encouraging. And you can kind of see In January, we did well with 1,200, and that was our record there, 1,320 something, the end of January. And then we had a down week, as you can see, and then we went back up again in the second week of February. And this week, we were slightly below last week, but still up there pretty high. So again, we're making money right now. It's profitable, but I'd love for it to make it a lot more money because I have a lot of stuff going on with real estate, with my house flips, commercial rental properties, residential rental properties. I have an online business. I do some coaching and different stuff. I need this business to make quite a bit of money to justify me doing everything I'm doing, although the videos do help in bringing some revenue, and I have a lot of fun doing it. So I would have way more fun if it made more money, though. And we are only a few months into this, so I think it's a pretty good sign that it's making money already. And hopefully, as we progress, as people come back to the laundromat, they see it's still open, they see it's kept clean, they see we keep repairing machines and stuff, hopefully more and more and more people will be stopping in, and we'll just see that revenue go up. And eventually, at some point, there's other things we can do to add revenue. One person in there today was asking me if we take cards of any kind. I'm like, no, I'm sorry. He's like, do you have an ATM? I'm like, no, I'm sorry. But there's literally a gas station in the same parking lot. He could walk over there, get money. He did. He came back, and he got more quarters. There's not really room for an ATM, and putting card readers on all the machines is very expensive, but at some point, maybe it justifies doing that. We could do wash and fold at some point if we get really busy. That could be something that brings in revenue too. So there's all kinds of things we can do, but for right now, I just want to keep this going and see what it does over the next month or two, and hopefully it keeps going up. If not, we'll reevaluate, and hopefully we can get some of these machines fixed too, and see what happens at that point. And hopefully the small, tiny laundromat does better too. All right, thanks for watching. Pretty good day. We'll see what happens next month, the end of this month, and of course, love to hear what you think about it too.